Hello, this is Panzerline from POCGamer, and today is it. It is day 30 of the D&D 30-day challenge that I have been doing, where I've been answering questions about Dungeons & Dragons and my thoughts about it based on my experiences with the system. So, this is it. Final question. Day 30. What do we got here? Best playing slash DMing experience. Alright, I am straight up dividing this into two. Um, so, alright. Best DMing experience. My best DMing experience by far to date would be something that I talked about way back on, what day was it there? Day 10 or so. Well, about craziest in-game experience. And that was the best DMing experience I'd ever had with D&D. And it was in Wainwright, Alberta, with some of my friends from work. We all play D&D. We're all very lucky that there's so many nerds in one location with the army. And the game that I DM'd for them, it lasted for, at least a year. So it's one of the longer campaigns that I'd actually run consecutively and continuously. And it was epic. Like, in the literal sense of the term epic. I watched them go from scummy ragtag adventurers to like high seas entrepreneurs, members of the local aristocracy, waging war, exploring the world. Like, it was nuts. It was literally crazy. It was a game where I took the brakes off. It was the first time that I tried DMing without railroading. Like, I removed the fences. I stopped trying to shepherd my players into where I wanted them to be, and instead let them where they wanted to go. And it literally revolutionized the game for me as a DM. I realized that, yeah, you know what? I can absolutely still have all of my plot lines, all of my machinations, all of my events, all still happening. Okay? The world isn't static. Time passes. So I don't have to do that. The players can do whatever they want, and then they just have to live with the consequences if they don't stop whatever it is that I have lined up for them. So it was phenomenal. It was great. It was the best DMing experience that I've had to date in game. I'm still intensely proud of that campaign. Looking back, I wish I had designed the world better and that I had made a more complete and nuanced world for them to adventure in, because I think I would have made it even better. But that was it. Best DMing experience. On the other hand, my best playing experience in D&D. Oh man. Oh, there's just so much to choose from. But ultimately, I would say that my best experience as a player in D&D is definitely back in second edition. I was playing in college. A friend of mine, it was his homebrew campaign setting that we had no idea about, like none whatsoever. Um, that he integrated all these crazy parts of like fantasy shows and movies and all sorts of things. Like, we were fighting the bad guys from Beastmaster or something like that. Hey, it was nuts. And I was playing an Elven Ranger, and just having the time of my life as an adventurer. My rolls weren't too bad in combat. We were constantly just on the edge of everything, running around, having crazy battles with these cultists and their monsters and all sorts of stuff, and it was just outstanding. Like, my buddy, like, we had literally no idea. Like, we didn't know anything about the world that we were in. And it was, like, there were aspects of Greyhawk, there was aspects of Forgotten Realms, there was aspects, as I mentioned, of Beastmaster. That, not the TV show, the movies. Be specific there. And it was outstanding. Like, it was just, we sat down and we're like, what world are we playing in? He's like, D&D, buckle up. And we're like, all right then, let's do this. And we played. It was great. we had like a core of really good players. Semi-experienced is how I would describe most of us as players. Like we kind of knew the ups and downs, and nothing prepared us at all for this. And it was actually those games that really got my mind going for like, hey, like you know what, like I could create a fantasy world. I'm not restricted to just using these narrowly prescribed things. So yeah, that's my best experience as a player. And yeah, for today's question, I definitely had to break it down into two because the no, sorry, you can't pick one over the other. They're both amazing, and both of those experiences directly led to me being the DM that I am today, and to how I consider and how I think about the game today. Um, as more than just a method of dungeon crawling, as more than just a method of fighting monsters in the swamp, all that sort of stuff. It really sort of like opened it up to me, and I was like, yeah, this makes a lot more sense now, and this makes the game a lot better. So yeah, there we are. 30-day D&D challenge complete. Unfortunately, the counter for this playlist is going to say 29 because I doubled up a day. In retrospect, shouldn't have done that. And I still regret not having a functioning microphone for days 1 to 6 with those stupidly low pickups there where I'm basically like whispering into the mic. Well, not quite that bad. I'm talking normally, but it just sounds like I'm whispering. It's awful. But that's it. I'm done. I've got some plans for some other stuff I'm going to talk about. Maybe some more sort of podcasty sort of operations. I mean, after all, I do have Audacity on the computer here. So stay tuned, and there'll be more things coming out eventually. There are some other 30-day challenges that I'm interested in pursuing, so might do those. We'll see how it goes. And again, thank you so much for following me through this 30-day odyssey. Please check out my blog if you haven't already, POCGamer.com. Please check me out on Facebook. You just type in POCGamer. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one. And of course, follow me on Twitter, where I'm at POCGamer. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.